Once upon a time, in the desolate city of Tadmor in Syria, there stood a prison that held within its walls the echoes of suffering and despair. It was known as the Palmyra Syrian prison, a place where the human spirit was crushed and broken amidst the harsh realities of confinement. This was a story of unimaginable pain and unimaginable strength. Within the prison's confines, countless men and women found themselves trapped, their lives forever altered by the cruel hand of fate. Among them was a young man named Jamal, whose only crime was a desire for freedom and justice. He had been wrongfully accused and sentenced to a lifetime of anguish in the depths of Tadmor prison. The days bled into nights, and time seemed to stand still within those walls. The prison was a place of darkness, where hope was a distant memory, and fear gripped every soul. The guards, hardened by the atrocities they had witnessed, treated the prisoners as less than human, subjecting them to unimaginable torture and torment. But within the depths of suffering, a flicker of resistance burned in Jamal's heart. He refused to surrender to the despair that engulfed him. Though weakened and broken, he clung to the remnants of his spirit, determined to find a glimmer of light amidst the darkness. In the darkest corner of his cell, Jamal discovered a tiny shard of charcoal. With it, he began to etch words onto the rough walls, the stories of those who had been silenced, the cries of the forgotten, and the dreams of a better tomorrow. His makeshift canvas became a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a silent rebellion against the oppression that bound them. Word of Jamal's writings began to circulate among the prisoners. In whispered conversations and stolen moments, they found solace in his words. The stories etched on the walls became a lifeline, reminding them of their shared struggle and the possibility of a brighter future. As the days turned into years, Jamal's words spread beyond the confines of his cell. News of his resilience reached the outside world, capturing the attention of activists and journalists who dared to shine a light on the suffering within Palmyra Syrian prison. Their voices echoed through the corridors of power, demanding justice and an end to the inhumane treatment of prisoners. The world listened, and the weight of public pressure became too great to ignore. The international community turned its gaze toward Tadmor, its collective conscience awakening to the atrocities being committed. Slowly but steadily, reforms were introduced within the prison. The guards were held accountable for their actions, and the treatment of prisoners began to change. Basic rights were recognized, and efforts were made to restore humanity to those who had been dehumanized. Jamal, who had become a symbol of resilience, was eventually freed. Though scarred by his experiences, he refused to be defined by them. Instead, he dedicated his life to advocacy, raising his voice on behalf of those who remained trapped in the prison's clutches. The Tadmor Syrian prison, once a place of unimaginable suffering, became a symbol of the power of resilience and the triumph of the human spirit. The stories etched on its walls became a testament to the strength and courage of those who refused to be silenced. And as the world bore witness to the suffering endured within Tadmor, it vowed never to forget the atrocities that had taken place there. It was a solemn promise to strive for a future where no soul would ever have to endure such anguish again.